So at the end of the day, if you were to spend $500 a year and you got 20% discount on that product that you're going to buy, that's $100.
It's actually a deal.
It's actually a deal. You should be giving me $40 back the way I see it. So yeah. So my name is James Salter, known as Jamie, and I'm the CEO and founder of ABG. Latin America is roughly 10% of our business.
Okay.
And if you sort of look, we're probably over-indexing in Latin America, which is really good, which means that we should invest in the region. And when you really look at where the business is coming from, yes, there's great markets in the Caribbean and in Panama and Costa Rica and Chile and Argentina and Brazil, but a majority of our revenue is coming out of Mexico. So it makes sense that we should put the office here. And yes, we will have a satellite office in Panama and a satellite office in Brazil, but it made most sense to put the office in Mexico City. In the long run, I think we're gonna do a lot more business because we're based out of Mexico. You could have your office in Nevada, which we do have a satellite office in Nevada. It's way more tax friendly than New York City, but you're not going to get the talent, and you're not going to get the visitors, from the great companies that want to do business, with you. And ultimately, ABG relies on its partners, so you got to go where the partners are. 40%
of Mexicans purchase fashion items between 2 to 5 times a year. So we're not that fashion-oriented country as you would imagine.
And that's why we're not just a fashion company. You see a lot of apparel, and you think because we own a lot of fashion brands that we're a fashion company. 35% of our turnover is apparel. So that means that, 65% of our business is in other categories. You go, well, what do you mean it's in other categories? Yes, 15% is in footwear, 25% is in entertainment. So when we look at a market, it's not just about the fashion world. It's really about looking at our portfolio and seeing, where we can exploit our brands. And we think that ultimately the entertainment side of our business is going to excel in Latin America in a major way. And that's been, the fastest growth for ABG over the past 3 years. I think our first strategic move is to really work very closely with our clients, but more importantly, really get our entertainment business going in the Latino market and specifically Mexico, because what we're seeing is there's a big move that entertainment wants to be involved in the lifestyle business. The people in the lifestyle business want to be involved in the entertainment business. Makes sense, right? Entertainment is content. Content and social is sort of ruling the world right now from a marketing point of view and from an experiential point of view. But when you sort of look at the entertainment business, a lot of the people that are in the entertainment business, they want to be really in the fashion and lifestyle world, because that builds an annuity for them that when they stop touring or the media and the content slow down, they are able to have a legacy from the lifestyle business. So merging those two businesses together, and I can't say to you that when I started ABG 10 years ago that I knew exactly that we were going to be in the entertainment business and we were going to be in the lifestyle business, and the two were going to work together as well as it has worked. I couldn't tell you that 10 years ago, but I could tell you, 9 years ago when we first bought Marilyn Monroe, we started to see the combination between lifestyle and entertainment, that it was very important that the two industries really collided. It's a very different mindset. Owning brands and being an agent, they don't go together.
Okay.
Because if you're an agent, your job is to go license that brand or go do that endorsement deal and get paid. But it's for quick money.
It is.
Slow money, you are not necessarily going to do that transaction if you think that it's going to hurt your brand long term. There's also no real brand direction. When you go to an agency, you could use Danny DeVito for this commercial, and you could use George Clooney for this commercial. If you look at Shaq, and Shaq is probably a poster child for ABG, because when we sat down with Shaq, we said to Shaq, what do you think you stand for? And he says, value. I said, we agree. What else? He says, fun. I'm a fun person. I said, we agree. So, Shaq, if you believe that value and fun is important to your brand, we should only do fun deals and we should only do value deals. He really stands for, a certain DNA, and as long as you stick to that DNA, it's easier to get deals done because there's no confusion in the market what Shaq really stands for. So everyone knows that we're not an American company. I'm from Canada. My partner's from Canada. My general counsel is from Canada. And not that Canada is better than the United States, because it's not. But I would say that Canada thinks more like Switzerland, and we don't want to give anyone a hard time. We want to do our own thing.
Yeah.
And I think that when you look at the brands that we're buying, they're global. I know the question, if sort of what you're referring to, is am I going to buy brands that are from the Latino market, and can I expand those brands outside of the Latino market, and specifically you're talking Mexico. Would I buy a Mexican brand? Maybe. I mean, if I thought we could globalize it, the answer is yes. I mean, Corona is a fantastic brand. Fantastic brand. There's tons of tequila companies that have come out of this region. So, it doesn't have to be a fashion brand. It could be a liquor company. It could be
an apparel.
It could be an apparel brand. It could be an entertainment brand. Yes, e-commerce is the number one initiative for ABG. Today, ABG does approximately $10 billion in retail revenue on a worldwide basis. And roughly 15% of that business is e-commerce, so that's about $1.5 billion. But when you actually look at our e-commerce footprint, only a small amount, I think it's about just shy of 300 million, is done on juicecouture.com or fry.com, and majority of the business is being done on other websites like a Dix.com or an Amazon.com. What we will be doing is we're in the midst right now of building the ABG universe, and that ABG universe will be a subscription model.
Wow.
And the reason why we're going to go to a subscription model is people like Costco have proven that the subscription model works, and Amazon has proven that the subscription model works. So what we're going to do is we're going to charge $5 a month.
Okay.
And that $5 a month will be obviously $60 a year. And that $60 a year will give you access to the ABG universe. So what does that mean? That means that you'll get Sports Illustrated every single day on your phone. And so you'll get all of the attributes of what ABG touches. So you'll be able to, really go anywhere that ABG universe goes. So we're throwing a party, Sports Illustrated swimsuit at Super Bowl, Fountain Blue, Saturday night will be the hardest ticket to get. Every athlete will be there, every supermodel will be there, and that'll be a hard ticket to get. But if you're in the ABG universe, you'll be having access to those tickets prior to when they go on sale to the public. The ABG universe is 265 million people are in that universe already. So it's not like I got to go find people. They're already signed up in our universe, okay, following our brand. So there's a very big interest, in that world. What I can tell you is whether it's Amazon or whether it's Jet.com or Farfetch or any of these .com players, if they play with us, we'll be able to share certain data with them where, it'll be even more geo-targeted than it has been in the past. So we are changing even our business model because we're a great marketing company, we're a great product company, and we're a pretty good data company. We're not a great data company yet, even though we have 265 million followers and we have all that data on them. What are we doing with it, right? How are we using it to be, a better company, to make sure that we realize that everyone in Mexico likes red socks? And how do we make sure that we use that data to make sure you as a partner at Nautica that you're making a lot of red socks, because they don't wear black socks in Mexico. They like to wear red socks. We need to make sure that we take that information and we deliver it to our partners and we get it right. And I think that when you look at ABG, that's the direction that we've been taking the company, and that's why so many licensees love working with us and partners around the globe, because we're not just a company that owns a bunch of brands. We're a company that actually is trying to change the way retail is done today. Will we spend more than our typical amount?
That's the question.
Yeah, I think that if we feel that there's growth in that brand, yes, we will spend more than our typical amount. But that has nothing to do with Mexico. That has everything to do with where we think our growth is going to come from. And we believe our growth is going to come from Mexico, so you'll see a lot of that international spend be allocated to the Mexican market. And people are, being very protective of their money. I believe that's the best time to strike, because when people are cutting their budgets, I should increase my budget, which means that technically I should get more of the pie from this market. So if this market is flat to down, but I'm overspending and my brands become more prominent, then we should get a bigger piece of that declining market. Now, does that mean that we'll be just sustainable and it'll be a par trade? Very possible, but I can tell you when the economy changes, we'll be so far ahead of our competition that we'll reap the benefits. So again, it's long-term versus short-term. We could get our market share from an ABG standpoint from roughly 10% is Latin America today of our total revenue, which I think we're over-indexing for sure. I think we get it to 20% in the next 5 years. So I know that's a big statement, but think about it. We went to Shanghai first, which was the Pacific Rim. We came here second, and we're going to Europe third.
Okay.
So you would think that most people would go to Europe first.
Yeah.
We think the biggest opportunities are in the Pacific Rim and Latin America.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really
Appreciate it.
appreciate your time.
Okay.